Welcome everyone back to Mountain Blade 2 Bannerlord, the Roman soldier playthrough. I will apologise for this episode. My recording software has lost the audio and sped up the footage, so I've had to do some work in the editing software, slow it down a bit, but this will be a voiceover for this episode. But we're joined with Garretics at the moment, and last episode we lost some footage as well. So Intel Arc is a nightmare. We will not be using it anymore after this. New graphics card is in the mail. We're actually going to fight in a tournament though, the Tournament of Lagata. So there's a decent prize, some brass mail, and we'll put a wager on. So we got one Lord on our side, but then they got Garretics on the other side. So hopefully we can knock him out early. We have a decent chance of advancing to the next round here. But I have never, or at least in this playthrough, never been on a horse. My riding skill is probably close to zero. It's just not something I've ever done. My soldier is a legionary and he fights on the foot. That is what he's comfortable with. But a nice kill there. So he's got 2 points in polearm. His polearm is very low as well, but as we're going to figure out, spears are nuts in this game. If you need a weapon, use a spear. Especially in this mod, use the pillars as spears. The reach is amazing. But there's Garretics there, and he puts his shield up. Damn it. It's going good for us, though. The blue team's nearly eliminated. The green team's staying strong, and so's red. Oh, and my shield's gone. Let's get the sword out. Bit of damage. Nice. Oh, there goes another one for green team. It's 2 and 2 for green, and 4 and 4 for red and yellow. Hopefully we can knock a couple more of them out. There's my compatriot on a horse, actually. 1 down for red now, 1 down for green, same for blue. So it's getting very competitive here in the closing stages, but it looks like at this stage we shall be through to the next round, which is handy for me because I need to make some money. We want to plan to get a caravan, either this... Whoa! Nice little horse there. So yeah, so the plan is to get a caravan in either this episode or the next episode. But only time will tell. There's a nice another kill there, and we are through to the next round, which you can never complain about. One last man, just my compatriot next. Abdullam the Swordsman, we'll call him. It's probably not pronounced like that, but oh well. That is how I shall pronounce it. So we are actually fighting one noble in this battle, and in the 2-on-2s, especially when one soldier drops back, you really need to protect your soldier, because these can very quickly turn into 1-on-1s like that. Beautiful. Now just the noble. Oh, doesn't stand a chance. Not a chance. Now we're fighting Garretics and one of his soldiers versus ours. Garretics is a pretty strong opponent actually, but can we get some good spear throws? Oh, that was pretty average to hit his shield. Oh, some good damage there, a headshot. And Garretics is no more. Just onto his friend. We're actually through to the final round of this Tournament of Lagata. Shields, and we have pillars. These are very powerful in the spear mode. I only recently worked that out, but I was just doing a bit of testing, playing around, and I love them. Absolutely. Just a simple battle here. It's actually not going too well for us. Just the AI of absolute block monsters that makes life very hard at low stats. Oh, there goes my shield. I reckon this is where I'm thinking about losing it. It's good damage, very good damage. We need to sort of get rid of his shield. He's almost there. One good strike and he's got no shield. Oh, on death's door. Come on, come on. Some good damage in here. Lovely, yes. Winner of the tournament. That's what we like to see. Some good earnings there, 1,500 and the mail brace. Let's see what that looks like. So the mail brace actually, ooh, looks a bit clunky, but hey, it's free armor. So we're on the move round recruiting. And we're coming up to Vengil Castle. Don't know how we're going to pronounce that. Set in for a siege, it looks like. Proper siege battle. We haven't done one of them in a while. And we're going straight in here. We're not worrying about any equipment, so we'll be jumping ladders, it seems. I wonder if my compatriot's on the field with me. I can never seem to find him until late in the siege when he sort of just runs up behind me. Siege machine's on the right side, righto. Run fast and run true, I suppose. No, see, I can never find my compatriot, but I reckon by the end of this siege, he will just be there. I mean, he needs some better gear. I've got him, basically, nothing at the moment, just proper... Almost looks like a knockoff Comic-Con Spartan, but... Oh well. Ooh, they have a catapult there. 2 of them. Ooh, that was very lucky we didn't take more than 1 casualty there. Hopefully we can get up to the walls before they fire them again. Because we're in the danger zone about right now, and I do not want to be there. I want to be out of the danger zone as soon as possible. Right. Can we get a kill with the pillar? No, we cannot. We're just going to jump the ladder straight away, looking pretty light on the walls. Perhaps we'll get some easy kills here. Very light on the walls. No resistance with swordsmen, it seems. They must all be at the main gate. Lots of archers here. I wonder if I can get some kills. Ooh, he's pulled the sword out straight away. This could be deadly for us. I need to sort of one-shot them all. I'm not doing that. Oh, don't fall off the edge. Don't fall off the edge. Oh, we're getting hit by arrows now. Looks like I'm about to lose my shield, or I am almost. We're getting pelted with arrows. Can we get him finally? I'm on death's door, actually. We finally got him. And the spearman has knocked us off, and we've fallen off and died. What a shame that is. So we're in for the next battle, and now it's actually a field battle where we are not technically outnumbered, but we are in number, not troop quality, which could end up spilling disaster for us, because if we're outnumbered in troop quality, well, this will be a very difficult battle, I think. Well, let's see how it goes. Moving up the hill here, I'm not a big fan of the combat AI add-on. I'm keeping it just because it's better than the alternative, which is if you charge, either you attack and your men charge, or they attack and their men charge, and there's no form of regrouping with reinforcements. But I find you spend a lot of time just standing around doing nothing, which is not particularly ideal for what I want to do. So I wanted to thank everyone for the success of the first episode. It was very good for me, very motivating to see that really I got lucky with YouTube. I think I was just perusing at work one day and I looked at my phone and I had a comment on my video. I'm like, oh, that's good, someone saw it, asking me a question. Lovely to see it. And then all of a sudden, I looked at my phone and the video had received 6,000 impressions basically overnight. Almost some pretty good spear damage there. Oh yes, we're doing some great spear damage. Hopefully we can knock one of these infantry horsemen off. Still holding formation pretty firm here. Ready for a charge anytime. Here we are. The charge has been called. Horseman, no effect. Ooh. Can we get him off his horse? No, we cannot. That's a shame. So we're actually getting pretty well spread here. I think the horsemen are distracting us, but see, this is what I was talking about with the pillar. The reach is incredible. You just, for some reason, you can reach in between their shields and do so much damage at a relatively safe distance. Like, I'll probably move around to the side here, and the amount of, ooh, we didn't rush, but the amount of damage you can do at a safe reach is ridiculous. So none of them can touch me at the moment. If they get anywhere near close, I'll be able to hit them, but they can't hit me because they're using the small gladius, which is exactly what we want. Plenty of damage here, plenty of damage. We look like we're doing quite well in the matter. Lovely, lots of kills. We need to get that promotion to tier 4, tier 5, or tier 4. Ooh. Yes, the lovely bit of reach. We gained a level actually, so we'll have to perk that out. I have been perking out some levels. I've got the polearm level of if you use a throwing weapon as a no, it must be a throwing level, my bad. That if you use a throwing weapon as a polearm, which I am doing here, you actually do 10% more damage, which is not that, you wouldn't think it's that great, but it's actually incredible because I can use these things as a stabbing weapon and then throw them, and they're basically a one hit on archers. You hit an archer with this on their retreat and they just die straight away. They have no resistance. But it looks like with this first wave we have won. But at heavy casualties. We were, sort of even, but now we're even and they've reinforced. Hopefully we've got the good soldiers out of the way and it's just the shit ones now. Hopefully. But our army disparity here is 93 archers to 40 odd swordsmen and then some cavalry, which isn't, in a field battle, I think, winning technique. So there's all the archers up on the field there. They don't look like archers though, but maybe they haven't equipped their bows. But I think we need a better swordsman, especially with shields to archers, but that's just the AI's recruiting process. And obviously I don't know if they level them up or the game sees them in their infantry and levels them up for them. I actually don't know how that works. It'd be interesting if anyone knows how does it work. How do the AI actually decide what displacement of troops they have? Like the percentage of swordsmen to cavalry to archers. I would imagine it's a culture. Like the Valandians obviously have a much higher percentage of cavalry to archers and infantry, and the Britannians obviously they have a much lower percentage of cavalry, more preferring to the Fion champions and the swordsmen. But it's still interesting to see here. So we're about even Stevens again, and they've reinforced pretty small here. Only 36 footmen to their 71 archers. So it seems they're going a very archer heavy deployment here, and hopefully this means that our archers have the edge. But seeing as Garretix's army is very new, we got wiped out a couple of battles ago, I don't see him having the true depth to fight against battle-hardened archers, which I would like to think these men are. There's only one way to find out, and that's with them spawning halfway across the map, it seems. Not ideal at all. And the order's in to charge as the enemy have gotten closer to us. Hopefully it's a second wave of only about 36 swordsmen, so we should have a decent chance. There we are. Get him off his horse. Beautiful. Ooh. Do a good bit of lancing damage there. We're doing a lot of horse damage, which is good, but here comes the enemy. We need the perk, and it's probably on our list, where the spear actually knocks people back. I think that would be a useful perk to have in terms of combat. Lovely. And how are we going up here? So the relatively small wave of infantry is not in their favour. But the amount of reach we have now, that is. Moving up to the archers here. See, this is where hopefully the benefit of having that reach is that we can just take them out from a distance like that. Just one hitting them. This is what we want to see. They're on the retreat now. Maybe we can just throw some javelins at them, because see, it's a handy spear and then does that. there any javelins on the ground we can probably pick up? Yes. We get our spear back and we actually have a weapon. A one-hit kill to archers is very useful for us. But then again, I suppose we should wait for the next reinforcement mass to come. And as the infantry are coming over the hill here, only 55 swordsmen this time, and then a higher group of archers, but the cavalry might take out ours, and it leaves us with a very small detachment of soldiers. They are mostly centurions and high tier soldiers, but still not what I would call prime. And our throwing skill is proving to be poor. Let's move back to the javelin architecture. Making as they keep retreating, but it's leaving our archers, as you can see, just in no man's land. And we've been told to defend our position. So the cavalry are charging. Ordered to see, this is what I was talking about. The order to charge when, oh, there's a kill. We obviously don't have an advantage. But more kills for me at least, which is going well. This spear is amazing. As a group we're going well, but once we find these archers, this will end bad. There's a kill though, there's another one. Oh, he's pulled his sword out, he's gotten serious. Gets Garrettix riding past on his horse, just perusing. More kills here. This is what we want to see though. Doing good damage. Oh, almost in strife there. Doing some very good damage. Beautiful. Thrown my last spear. And there's a real combat. I thought we'd have dealt with them, but no, they still have a force, and my god, it's a decent one. I think we might be in for a lose here. We have no more reinforcements. Neither do they, but still, we have no reinforcements, but it does not bother us. We are like a killing machine. Well oiled. Excellent work. This is what we want to see. An oiled machine, and we have passed. And as we are back, we now are in a land battle, and a decent sized one if that. We have the upper hand though, and that's what seems to be important. And the charge comes in here from these barbarian savages. They're not really barbarian savages, they're Dryadics. But it should be a pretty easy fight for us. But as you can see here, this is where the clip had a bit of an issue. Well, Ark had a bit of an issue with game speed. Obviously I was not going this fast, but that's the speed it was going at. So unfortunately that is something I cannot fix post-production without slowing it down, and it'll start to look choppy. But it is something that I'm fixing by buying a new graphics card and getting rid of Ark. It was a hot mess, and I never should have decided to use it. So if you are thinking of using Ark, I would stay away. It doesn't have anywhere near the refine or polish required for a consumer graphics card. If you were using it for the sole purpose of emulation, maybe, I think it works well as an emulator, but that's only because I've found PS3 emulation, Xbox emulation, and Nintendo and stuff seems to be a lot more CPU heavy, which I do have an Intel CPU, but that's their bread and butter. Buy Intel CPUs, not their dedicated graphics cards. Not yet, at least. Maybe when Battle Mage comes out, it could be a stark improvement, but a bit like Game of Thrones, I don't think they're making stark improvements anytime now. The second wave of enemies here, we've sort of steamed through them a bit. Hopefully we get plenty more kills where that was from. Lovely. Excellent, this is what I want to see, and this sped up time is actually quite annoying, but I apologise. There's only so much one can do. I am not God. I'm far from God. I'm really just useless. Oh, and we've passed, which is a shame. But we have won the battle at least with 10 kills, and we slaughtered their men, which is always what we want. Into siege now, and once again, pretty overwhelming siege here. We will be jumping ladders to get in, but they seem relatively unprepared, and there's not much siege equipment on the walls for them to use. Our slingers starting to throw stones. Here we are. Jumping the breach is always the hardest part. Oh, there's a kill with a spear, and there's another one. Maybe we are just a throwing man now. Let's see, when there's sort of an opportunity to jump the breach, which is now, we're actually sort of getting good movement up there. Just something you'd never bother with. Excellent. Yeah, it's just a peasant militia pretty much, which is sort of my bread and butter, that. They've got no armour, they got nothing, and we're just one-tapping them. Let's make our way to the top of the tower, I think, and that should provide us with... oh, someone who's putting up resistance. Okay. Top of the tower, I always find that the archers just sit up there for quite a bit. They're the last ones that people go to, so they get too many unnecessary kills. Here we are. Proper combat. Proper combat. There we are. That's one down. And these are pretty much 5 free stat boosters. Just with the fact that no one can really defend against us. They're only peasants. They're one-shots. Can we destroy this? Now, it'll take too long to destroy that ballista. But let's pick up some javelins and upgrade our throwing skill whilst we're here. Whilst in Rome, you might as well. We're not going to make that, but oh, there's archers on the wall over there. Miss. Bang. Bang, that's what we want to see. Miss again. Oh, some enemies have come up here. Who are them? Wanting to get on the ballista, eh? Did not see where he came from. Lovely, that is a friend. I didn't know it was a friend. Even when they're a completely different culture, still can't always tell. Here comes more militia. Gee, my speech is just off the rails today. Another one. We're getting a few kills with the throwing. It's up to 60 now, seeing as I used to throw 2 spears a battle, and that was it. And then once I realised that it's actually worthwhile to pick them up, I've continued to do that. Did we get him? No. No. There is someone... oh, it is my companion, who looks like a Spartan. Comic-Con Spartan is his name now. I'm going to see if we can change that. Yes, lovely. Let's get some kills here. And I think this is what the plan's going to be for the rest of the time. We make our way up the tower here as we're just picking off the last few troops. And as this battle will be the end, I would like to thank all of you for watching this episode of The Roman Soldier. I have some big plot twists planned for the 3rd episode, and I think it will make a interesting chain of events. It's sort of going back on what I said originally, but sometimes greatness comes to you in a dream, and this one didn't come in a dream. I just thought about it after playing some good games. Thank you very much for watching.